Hey everybody, here again, another one today. I'm here to check out Death Note Season 1, Episode 6. So, yeah, this man's becoming a monster if it has not happened already. But hey, I guess let's just see where this goes. Well, am I pausing or playing? Let me go. Oh, I'm about to say. Yeah, I forgot this man just walks around with no shoes on. Okay, so he does just walk around with no shoes. Oh, okay then.
This is him?
He's nothing like I thought he'd be.
What'd you think he'd be? Like a alien or something?
I'm Yagami of the NPA.
Matsuda.
I'm Aizawa.
Mugi.
Yukita.
I'm very sorry
They
we're
got some
late.
big eyes, don't
Currently,
they?
the five of us are...
Bang.
What the hell was that?
If I were Kira, you'd be dead, Mr. Soichiro Yagami, chief of the NPA. Kira needs a face and a name in order to commit murder. But I'm sure you've already figured that much out, haven't you? Please do not give out your name so carelessly. Instead, let's value our
Some
lives.
fake IDs.
I knew that he needed a face to kill someone, but I don't remember any evidence that showed that he needed a name, too.
There's no way to verify if this is related, but criminals whose names were never released publicly or whose names were spelled incorrectly in the media have not been targeted. We briefly went over it at one of our meetings.
That's enough small talk for now. Come this way.
Oh, right.
Please turn off all your cell phones, handhelds, and any other communication devices.
I mean, honestly, just get them all freaking fake IDs or something. I don't know. Because, like, even if they do have to infer they're part of, like, the FBI, at least when you show them the ID, it's not their name. So even if you do that, it won't really kill them at all. I mean, the only one he could actually kill would be his dad, because he knows his dad's name and face. But if you get the rest of them fake IDs, like, they're all good, right?
And leave them on the table right there.
What do you think, we're gonna be using our cell phones during this meeting to leak information?
It's all right. Just do as he says.
I realize he's been cautious from the very beginning, but I still can't tell if he trusts us or not.
No, I just find them distracting. I can't stand it when people's cell phones are ringing while I'm trying to talk.
Okay,
Let me
then.
start by saying nobody takes notes on anything that's said in these meetings. That means when we leave headquarters, any information we need is committed to memory.
Okay, this man is a freak.
Please make yourselves comfortable.
But he's a good guy, so I'll let it slide. He's probably just weird. Not really a freak. Like, the dude don't walk around with shoes anywhere. And he doesn't really sit in chairs at all. But he's very smart. I'll give him that much. Dang, bro, how much sugar
Excuse
you
me,
need?
Al?
And from now on, I'll have to ask that you stop calling me L. It's Ryuzaki now, just to be safe.
Okay.
Okay, Ryuzaki. If we know that he needs a name and a face to kill, couldn't we cut down on the number of victims by keeping criminals' names from the news?
If we do that, we'll only be putting the general public at risk.
The general public?
Why?
Hmm?
Kira is childish, and he hates losing.
But how do you...
Just what do you mean?
Well, I'm also childish, and I hate to lose.
Wow.
That's how I know.
Ryuzaki, would you mind being a little more specific for us?
Early on in the investigation, I tried to provoke Kira with that broadcast. Up until then, we thought that Kira would only go after criminals, but as we all witnessed, he didn't hesitate to kill my stand-in. Also, as soon as I said we knew he was in the Kanto region, in defiance, he made sure his next victims came from within Japan, as if to say, and what are you going to do about it? He's met each of my challenges head-on, and he's never missed an opportunity to return the favor. Now, what do you think would happen if we tried to use media restrictions to hide criminals from someone like that?
I guess...
If you choose to withhold the names of your worst criminals, I'll kill petty criminals or the innocent. I'm holding the whole world
Yeah, I guess
hostage,
that's
so who's it
fair.
gonna be? I'm not the evil one here, but all those who oppose me by hiding criminals, you are truly evil.
Dang. Okay. I wish I didn't have to pause on his feet or whatever. Freaking coughs, man. But yeah, I didn't think about that. But I guess I didn't really think he would do that. At least not this point in the story. I mean, granted, like I've said before, he has killed people that have been innocent, or at least have been perceived to be innocent people. Like he just said when he was on the news, he didn't hesitate to kill him. And what's his name? The cop guy from the last episode. He killed him even though he straight up told you, or like you straight up knew he wasn't gonna continue the investigation. You just did it just because at that point. Like if he was still following you, I could kind of see why. But even then, I don't even understand because if your whole thing was criminals, then why would you even go after a police officer? Like he's already insane.
That's exactly how Kira thinks. In any case, let's look at another way we can use the media to draw him out.
But how?
How about something like this? Death of FBI agents infuriates the U.S. Latest killings anger the international policing community. Nations agree to send 1,500 investigators to Japan. For Kira, this will be way beyond what he faced with the FBI. He'll see everyone as a potential threat. Psychologically, he'll start to feel cornered, and that will cause him to take some kind of drastic action.
That's interesting.
So he'll think there are 1,500 when there are really only 7 of us. And since none of these investigators exist, Kira won't be able to kill them.
It just might work.
Dang, I don't know.
Well, before we
It's too early
celebrate,
in the
I'll
show
tell you
for me
the
to
rest
say
of my
anything about
thoughts on the
this plan.
Kira case.
He might just call the bluff.
Kira works alone. He had access to all our classified information.
Not quite. But
What
more
evidence
or
do you
less.
have that he's working alone?
Hold on, Aizawa. Let's listen to his
Freaking,
entire
what's his
theory before
name?
asking questions.
Ryuk don't really do nothing.
We know he needs a name and a face to kill. And to some extent, he can control a victim's time of death and their actions before dying. We already know that much. Please keep that in mind and listen carefully to what I have to say next. On December 14th, 12 FBI investigators enter Japan. Here we are on December 19th. Using prison inmates, Kira conducts experiments manipulating his victims' actions before they die. In other words, during this window of only 5 days, Kira became aware of the FBI's presence and obviously felt threatened. Because he didn't know any of their names or faces, he was at a disadvantage. He needed to know how much control he had over his victims before he could use it against the 12 agents. And as we all know, on December 27th,
I got a hold of a file which contained all the names and faces of the FBI investigators in Japan, and I succeeded in killing each one of them. It's practically impossible to guess which agent gave the file to Kira, but I have to make sure that no one ever finds out that I came into contact with Ray Penber.
How come you're not using the Death Note today? You studying for those entrance exams?
Those are the least of my worries, plus it's a little late to start now.
Huh? What you doing?
December 19th to December 27th. I've been most active during this period.
during this period, to the best of our knowledge, at least
it's just
23
back and
individuals
forth.
died of heart attacks. But these victims were different from Kira's previous targets. They were all alleged criminals, ex-convicts, or suspects in ongoing investigations, so legally speaking, they were innocent.
That's true.
What this indicates is that Kira had to manipulate these lesser criminals in order to kill those FBI agents. He killed that many people so we'd be unable to tell the decoys from those who were actually used. In truth, he probably only needed a few. He waited 8 days so the FBI could investigate other suspects, which meant there'd be no timeline linking him to their deaths. I suspect Kira had to be one of the people being investigated by the FBI between the 14th and the 19th of December. In fact, I have no doubt. These are files provided by the FBI, and they contain additional information you might find useful. For obvious reasons, you're not permitted to take these out of this room, but
Amazing! There might only be 5 of us, but with this much information, we should be able to cover a lot of ground.
We'll split into 2 teams. One team traces the FBI agents, the other looks at the heart attack victims.
There weren't that many people who had access to information from headquarters, and of those, the FBI only
Sorry, I'm not
investigated a
talking.
small
I'm really
group in
trying
the
to pay
first 5
attention.
days.
Yeah.
so, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, like sorry if I'm not talking as much in this part because I've learned by watching my reactions or just remembering in general what I say. I don't pay attention very well, or maybe my attention is just drawn to a different place on screen. So I now learn with this show specifically, you gotta pay attention to what everyone says. Because this whole show is just one big mind game. And even though I know what the heck is happening on both sides, I can clearly see what's going on, but it's just a matter of the suspense of the dialogue just makes it so much better.
Actually, Ryuzaki, I do have one question for you. And it pertains to what you said to us earlier about how you hate to lose. Does the fact that you've shown us your face mean that you've lost? By just being here, are you admitting defeat to Kira?
That's right. By showing my face to you now and by sacrificing the lives of 12 FBI agents, I have lost the battle. But I'm not going to lose the war. This is the first time I've ever put my life on the line. I want to show Kira that we're all willing to risk our lives if that's what it takes. And that justice will prevail no matter what.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
I like the sound of that.
We can
Bro,
do
I feel
this.
like all these
All
dudes
right
are gonna
then,
die.
let's do
They
this,
just seem so
Ryuzaki.
innocent.
Well,
There's
I
no
had
way they
my
make it out of
doubts
this.
about whether it was really him at
He's
first.
gonna kill his
but
dad,
there's
I
no
feel like,
mistaking
bro.
it. This man is L.
Before we go any further, I have to be absolutely sure that none of you are Kira, so I'll need to speak with each of you individually before you leave today.
Huh. What's the deal? He still doesn't trust us?
No, I think it's a fair request. Try to see it from his perspective. Kira's been getting information from our headquarters from the very beginning, so there's a good chance that he's one of us.
Chief's right. Working this case has given us a chance to see him in person.
He's risking his life to be here.
Things are going well. Just one clue, a single decisive factor is all I need.
Just one oversight. A single piece of evidence is all it would take. It could cost me my life.
Just one thing.
How old is L? Is he about the same age as Light, or is he like way older? What is she gonna do? Oh my! I thought she was gonna jump off something for a second. I mean, I wouldn't understand why. It's just I don't. When I see someone like above a highway in a cartoon, especially like a one like this, I wouldn't put them far past it. You know?
You already finished studying?
I guess. I'll be fine. I haven't missed anything. The biggest risk I've taken so far was that bus-jacking incident. But they'll never be able to connect it with Kira. Fortunately for me, both the police and Elle don't know that Kira can kill people by means other than a heart attack.
They do.
However, if anyone were to discover that fact, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
What? Does it have to be now?
Your father's been pulling overnighters with no change of clothes, so you're going to bring these to him.
But, Mom, I totally promised my friends that I'd go out with them today.
Why don't I go? I could use a break.
Thanks,
No.
Light. I owe you one next time.
So I guess this'll give you a chance to spy on
That's
the
repeat
police.
officer's dad.
I
I'm
won't
about
go
to be
further
so
than the
mad.
reception desk.
Like I said, I'm not putting it past
Oh,
him to
you're
do
bringing
that.
a page. Planning to kill someone?
No, but lately I've been bringing a page with me every time I go out, just in case.
Yeah, because I'm scared, because I actually have seen like a picture of Light like doing an evil laugh with red eyes at one point. I don't know what the heck causes it, but given the fact that he's gone to that level of insanity, he has to do like some extra diabolical stuff to earn that. So I'm honestly kind of scared of all the people in the show, because at this point, everyone could be expendable.
That day, Ray said that he was planning to go to Shinjuku. That same day, 4 people died of heart attacks in the Shinjuku area, and
Yeah, she
it
is
was the
like
bus
smart,
jacking.
ain't she?
There's no way it was a coincidence. That's it. Kira can kill in other ways. It doesn't have to be a heart attack.
Hey, get her on the force, bro.
The mobile customer you are trying to reach
That's
is
unusual for
currently
Dad.
unavailable for voicemail.
Yo, Dad's
Wonder if
sitting
he's
on
in a
business
meeting
right
right
now.
now.
I know you're about to off him.
Please.
If he doesn't
I
off him,
need
I'll
to
be
speak
very
directly with
surprised.
someone from the Special Investigation Task Force.
I'm sorry
It's
I keep
urgent.
talking about it over
I'm
and over.
sorry,
again.
ma'am,
It's
but I
just-
can't help you.
I just-
As I've
I
told
just
you
feel so
already,
bad
there is
for all
no
these
one at
people.
Task Force headquarters right now.
There's no one at headquarters? Dad's cell is turned off. What's going on?
Can't you contact them somehow? I have information relating to the Kira investigation.
Dang it!
Kira investigation?
About to take out the whole family. About to take out her man and her, bro. 2 for 1. Dang, she better not say her name, or it's a wrap.
Look, I'll call headquarters one more time for you.
It's a
One
wrap if
moment.
she says her name.
Hi, I'm Detective Soichiro Yagami's son, Light Yagami. I brought my father a change of clothes, but it doesn't look like he's in. Can I leave them here?
Sure. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Light.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What, you don't remember? You helped solve the insurance fraud murder investigation sometime last
What?
year. But hey, no one remembers the receptionist, do they?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with faces. I just need to sign my name on this form, right?
So, Light, does this mean you're going to be helping us with the Kira investigation too?
Sure. If all goes well, maybe I'll find Kira before Elle does.
Find him before Elle does.
As I thought, there's no one at headquarters. You're going to have to trust me on this, ma'am. I'll be sure to give them your message as soon
Don't
as I
say her
see them,
name.
I promise.
Please don't say
That's
her name.
not good enough. I have to tell them in person.
Excuse me. My father is actually in charge of the Kira investigation.
No,
if you'd like, I
don't
could pass your
say
message
it.
on to him. His cell phone is.
Dang it! Oh my gosh, bro. You know what's crazy? It's only episode 6 and I want this man to lose so bad. I know there's like 30 other episodes I have to go through before something happens. But dang it. She's about to
off
get-
at the
she's
moment,
about
but
to
I
get
should be able to contact him soon. A number of FBI agents were just killed, and a lot of detectives have quit the case because they're afraid of Kira. So he's pretty busy right now.
Light, it's probably better if you don't discuss this with...
True, but it's practically common knowledge at this point. Besides, I feel like I can trust her. You can almost see it in her eyes. She's a wise and careful person. You heard about what happened, and you must have figured out that the
Diabolical
police had a
man.
leak of some kind. And that's why you wanted to tell them in person. You thought this through. Well, am I right?
Run. Just get out of there.
I'm sure my father will be calling me back once he checks his messages. When he does, I'll give you the phone and let you talk to him.
You sure that's all right?
Oh, yeah. You understand why I can't just give you my father's cell phone number, but I have no problem letting you use my phone to talk to him. You'll have to trust my father and I, which I hope won't be too difficult for you.
Why is he so happy?
Because he's playing
Thank you so
cards.
much.
Yeah, get out of there. Don't say the
She
name.
walked right into that one, didn't she?
I've got to say,
dang.
you must be pretty brave to be getting involved
Dang
in
it,
the Kira case like
he's
this.
still talking to her.
Oh, not really.
So according to you, is Kira some... we've been talking and I just realized I don't even know your name.
This hurts so bad. This hurts so
My name
bad.
is Light
Please
Yagami.
don't say it.
Light's written with the character for Moon and Yagami with the characters for Night and God. Kinda weird, huh?
My name's Shokomaki. It's written with the characters for Shining. Ko is in child, space, and Ki is in tree.
Thank you.
Miss
She didn't say
Maki,
her real name.
right? Miss Maki, I've been thinking about Kira's powers, and I believe they enable him to somehow control his victims before they die.
So do I. It's odd that you say that because that's exactly what I've been thinking. Kira's able to control their actions before he kills them, but there's more to it. If my analysis so far is correct, Kira can kill in a number of ways, not just with a heart attack.
She knows? Who is this woman?
I don't think
Okay, she
anyone
didn't
else
say her
knows
real
this yet.
name. I
But if the
really
police
hope
are going to
Naomi's her
consider it,
actual
I bet it
name,
would help them
otherwise it's a
catch Kira.
rap.
You know, that possibility never even crossed my mind. So what you're saying is anytime Kira wants one of his murders to go undetected, he wouldn't use a heart attack.
Right. I'm almost positive that someone I know may have met Kira.
Met Kira? Oh, I'm sorry, but if a person came in saying they'd met Kira, the police would be more than a little skeptical, to say the least.
I know. That's why I need to explain it in
Okay, her
person to
name
someone from
is
Task
Naomi.
Force
That's
headquarters.
whatever she said
Otherwise,
before
I'm
ain't
afraid
her
they'll just
name.
write me off.
Wouldn't it be better if your friend spoke to them instead?
It probably would, but he's no longer alive. He was one of the 12 FBI agents who came to Japan to investigate Kira.
An FBI agent who met Kira. Could it be?
You see, he was also my fiancé. While he was working, he got caught up in a bus jacking.
Now you know what you
I have reason
did.
to believe that he met Kira on that bus.
Ray Penber.
Now you know what you did. Yeah, you took her man, bro.
Is something wrong?
Nothing. I'm sorry to hear that he passed away. So, what makes you think he met Kira on that bus?
Because 8 days after that bus was hijacked, he died, along with the other FBI investigators. The same man had attempted to rob a bank 2 days before he hijacked that bus. Then he dies in an accident, just like that. I mean, really, what are the odds? I've come to believe that Kira set up that bus jacking.
Yep.
It was
I
planned
really
to bring
hope
him
that
into contact
Naomi
with
is
my
your real
fiancé,
name.
in order to
Otherwise,
obtain
this man is
information
going to try
regarding
and
the
get
identities
you.
of the other FBI agents so he could get rid of them all. Anyway, what stands out to me is that the hijacker died in an accident. In other words, it suggests that heart attacks aren't the only way Kira can kill people.
This man looking evil. That man stayed quiet quick, didn't he?
Okay, so the busjacker didn't die of a heart attack. And based on that, you're saying Kira has other ways of killing people?
Yes.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I think that's a bit of a leap of faith.
There's no other way of looking at it. If Kira was controlling the hijacker, chances are he killed him too.
I still don't see it.
I've been wondering about that bus jacking ever since my fiancé first told me about it. After he calmed down, I asked him for details. He didn't mention any names or anything like that, but he told me one thing.
What did he say?
That he'd been put in a situation where he had to show his FBI ID to someone. The operation was undertaken secretly without the NPA's knowledge. He wasn't allowed to show his ID. I think whoever saw his ID that day is responsible for the deaths of all the agents.
Unbelievable. She figured it out.
Just
this
like
must be
that.
the oversight Light was worried about.
I understand. You're the only one who knows any of this, and you want nothing
Please
more than to
let
avenge your
that fake
fiancé by
name
bringing
kill
Kira to
some random
justice,
person.
right? And now you're convinced that Kira can kill without using a heart attack.
Yes.
I hope she was smart enough to make up a fake name.
There's no doubt in my mind your deductive skills are excellent, but you can't deny that you have a personal interest in the case. Still, your theory is worth looking into. That's for sure. Your testimony could be central to the case.
It could.
If what you're telling me is true, then it'll only be a matter of time before the police catch up with Kira. The person your fiancé showed his ID to on the bus that day...
Dang it.
It had to be Kira.
Okay.
That's right.
I thought he was gonna say someone, a random person on the bus.
That was close. This
Wait,
woman...
do buses have surveillance? Like, no, school buses have surveillance on the inside. There should also be surveillance on the inside of like public buses too, right? Because I feel like if you give that same technology to a school bus, a public bus would not be that far off because anyone can walk into that bus at any time. So having surveillance in there would be good. So all you would need was that bus surveillance, right? But I don't know, maybe they didn't have it back then. Because when did this come out? I think someone told me when this came out. Or like when this was based off of. So I don't know if they have that kind of surveillance right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have cameras, but probably not inside buses. I wish I could remember what someone said this takes place in. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting, but yeah, I know it takes place in like, I think they said like the... Man, I can't... I mean, they have flip phones, so this gotta be like the early 2000s, 1990s or something. Because they have flip phones, and those things came out when like in like the 90s or like the early 2000s. So this got to be around that time, right? So yeah, I don't know if they have those cameras.
If she'd spoken to the police before I met her. But it seems there's a god on my side after all, and not just a god of death.
Please let that name that you told him be fake. Ooh. I'm stressed, man. I'm stressed. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me try and... Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna record the next episode after I finish this, but dang. I really hope that when she came up with this theory, she instantly made up a fake name. Because whoever were to ask you that name could have a chance of being the murderer. So I hope that she... Because the what you call it, subtitle said her name was like Naomi or something. I hope I'm saying that right. So whatever she told this man ain't that name. So I'm hoping what she told him was the fake name that she told him. Because like I think that would be a smart idea. Just come up with a fake name while someone out there that can just kill you if they know your name is out there. You know what I mean? But dang, that is good. That is good. But hey, I guess I'm gonna have to find out. I mean, I'm gonna react to it like right now after I press this stop record button. So I'm actually gonna have to find my reaction the next day or whatever. But hey, hope you have a good one. God bless.